never forget the humidity and the heat that was there off the court. I'll never forget the amount of sweat. We both were heavy sweaters. I had to leave the court to go change my shoes. They were sopping wet. Pat and I had so many great matches. He was truly, I think, the most enjoyable player for me to compete against because he was such a sportsman. He's just a good guy. You know, he was a class act in victory and defeat. His game was opposite of mine, but yet, unlike Sampras, he allowed me to get into a rhythm out there, and I always knew I was going to play well against him, and we would raise each other's game.
Oh, that's too good. The athletic Rafter.
I'll never forget the humidity and the heat that was there off the court, you know, building up over the day. I'll never forget the amount of sweat. We both were heavy sweaters.
Early change of shirt. Only 7 games having been played, underlying what you were saying about the humidity.
Yeah, it is still very humid. Rafter's always got a sweat up after about 3 points too, hasn't he?
He stood still for too long, he'd been a puddle.
The noise when I went down 2-1.
Well left. Pat Rafter is ahead in this epic struggle.
It was just, it felt like you were sitting in front of a giant speaker at a you know, 100,000 seat concert, you know, and my head was ringing. That was so loud, and I had to leave the court to go change my shoes. They were sopping wet.
Well, you would think he'd won, wouldn't you, by the way the crowd has responded?
And I remember, you know, Pat starting to struggle with, you know, the depletion that was happening, the physical depletion. I started to feel the rewards of all the work I had put in to get ready for a tournament that was so important to me. And
Agassi looks as fresh as a daisy. I mean, he's perspiring, but apart from that,
I'm getting across that finish line and watching the crowd go from rooting for him to kind of rooting for competition, just the sheer sport of it. I felt that shift, and that's something I'll never forget.